Okay, welcome to my first early morning Sunday show. Wow, it's bright outside. Even though it's 5 degrees with a medium wind, which makes going outside not an option. The neighborhood I live in is full of houses, it's full of people, but you wouldn't know that because it's too cold outside to even attempt doing anything outside your front door. All right, so, wow, it's bright. Anyway, let's get into this Black Sabbath record that I got live in the USA, Ontario, California, 1974. And I've shown this thing before. And as I was listening to it, I noticed that aside from the songs that they play from the very first record, I didn't know any of them as far as the way Black Sabbath did them. I only knew those songs from the way this band did them. So I'm listening to Ozzy Osbourne sing the lyrics to Sweet Leaf, and I'd never heard it that way before because the only way I've ever heard that song is by Mac Sabbath, and it's Sweet Beef. So, with that comparison, Mac Sabbath is better. And I don't know what else to say. This is far more entertaining than this. But this is kind of entertaining. Alright, and that's the Black Sabbath portion and Mac Sabbath portion of this video. Let's get this in the bag. So there you go. Sweet beef over sweet leaf. All right. Now, let's get into a very, very, very exciting release that I just picked up at Vinyl Village. Yeah, I think it's Vinyl Village in Warren, Michigan. Get ready. Bam! This record is so much better than what I thought it was going to be. It's got sound bites from the movie. The music is exciting and funny. And the amazing thing is I don't have this DVD. I saw this movie in a theater in Bullhead City, Arizona when it first came out, and that's the only time I've ever seen it. So, the Three Amigos visually is kind of a mystery to me. But wow, this soundtrack is the greatest thing, and I think at the end of this year I'm going to pull this thing out. Probably won't make a video of it, but at the end of the year, 2024, I'm going to say this was the best release that I picked up in 2024. I really like this. This is so much fun. The Three Amigos movie soundtrack. And here's the record album. Okay, now let's get into the Dwarves. Now this Dwarves album, this is The Dwarves Must Die. This is a very versatile record, but versatile in a way that you cannot forget. And I showed you that to show you this. Here it is. The new album by the Dwarves. This is called Concept Album. And there's all the songs on Concept Album. Not a fan of the collage art. Although I don't like any collage art, but a lot of punk rock bands do that. Oh boy, this new Dwarves record. It's versatile. Oh, there you go. Again, I picked this up also at Village Vinyl. And this crease right here on the lyric sheet, it came that way. It came bent inside the cover. Anyway, the Dwarves concept album, I'm not seeing the concept, but I am seeing that the entertainment factor on that Dwarves record it's really good. Not as good as this. This has power behind it. This is kind of kind of lacking that power. And I guess my end thought is, if you see this thing in the record store, you know you're going to buy it just for the cover alone. And when you throw it on the turntable, it's out of sight. It's a great Dwarves record. Oh man, I think I'm getting the flu. Anyway, the Dwarves concept album. Man, it's good. It's good. And if you don't know anything about this album, and you buy this album due to the cover, once you get to this album, after listening to this album, you'll find this album to be a masterpiece. And that's exactly what The Dwarves Must Die is. It is a masterpiece. Ay, ay, ay. I think I'm getting sick. All right. And we got the last record, or next to last record, because I got a record to show that I just love showing, and I'm going to show it. All right. I passed this record up because I've got all the songs on this record on various other records. So, I'd see it in the record store and I wouldn't buy it because I'd say you already got those songs and this is just a compilation album. That'd be a waste of $25. Don't buy it. Or, in this case, it would be a waste of, I think, $18. And it's called The Queers. Better Days, Better Lays. And that's what the jacket consists of. There's the LP. See if I can take it out of here and you can see the purple of it. So there you go. Compilation album of the Queers. But that's not where you go. What this thing is the very first recordings of these songs that we all know and love. And it's better. So if you got love songs for the retarded and you think that that's the pinnacle of the Queers, pick this baby up. Because this thing is the very first attempt at all those early Queer songs that the Queers ever made. And that attempt it's raw, it's wild, and it's better. And I'm sorry that I ignored this thing for all this time. I shouldn't have, because those songs are great, and they are better than the songs put out on Lookout Records. On the Beat Off record, the Grow Up record, and the Love Songs for the Retarded. Anyway, yeah, listening to this just made me go, oh, and you passed it up all this time, but hey, I didn't pass it up this time. I bought it. I'm glad I did. You don't have to look for this thing in your record store. You're probably not going to see it, but you can get it online. If you're into anything at all, pick up the Queers, Better Days, Better Lays, and get ready to get down. Wow. And you know what? This thing sat in that record store here in Warren, Michigan for, I'd say 3 years. Just under 3 years. It just sat there. And I skipped by it, and I skipped by it. This time, I bought it. And I think it's because of this album cover. Who knows? Anyway, let's get into the last thing. And I'm going to show this just because I love showing it. Oh, and if what I'm about to show, if anybody has, hold on. If anybody has the little card set, that the cards were all kind of together, and the sticker that came with it for this release, let me know and I'll give you a fair price for it. So maybe this is, maybe I'm showing this video just as a part of begging. Who knows? Here it is. This is Kiss, the originals. Here's the little book that came with it, showing Kiss in the early days, which, as far as I'm concerned, that really was the only Kiss. 75 and back. That's it. That's what you get. Here's the little paper sleeves. The negative of the photo. The iconic first album. And the Hotter Than Hell. Boy, when you saw this record in the Kmart, ooh, you wanted to buy it, but you knew your mom wouldn't give you the money. That's funny. Anyway, my copy of the originals, and this is the second pressing of it, which doesn't matter, is missing the cards and the stickers. And to get this with the cards and the stickers is, it's a lot of money. I only paid $10 for this thing in Berkeley, Michigan. There's a record store called Flipside, and they charged me $10 for this thing. And here are the records. I keep them separate. There's the third one. So anyway, if you can help me out with the cards and the stickers, I will financially reward you, but I don't want to pay $100 just for a sticker and some cards. Jeez, you wouldn't be able to enjoy it if you did that. Anyway, this is my first Sunday morning video. Wow, what a Sunday morning. It's 5 degrees outside. There's a small wind, which makes it less than 5 degrees, as far as your skin is concerned. There's a football game downtown in Detroit, and I'm sure people are tailgating. In this weather, they're not going to live long enough to make it in to see the game. Anyway, I'm going to stay home and cough. And that's all there is to it. Ay, 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 cabrón.